Good morning, hockey fans. This is Stephen Heisler with HeisHockey.com, the Victorious Hockey Company, and the Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. You are watching the Junior Hockey Morning Show. We are on the World Sports Broadcasting Network, WSBN.TV, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Hopefully this morning you're in your car, your living room, in your hockey office, on the golf course for a lot of coaches this morning. Today is Thursday, June 15, 2023. Today's very quick show topic, mental health practices for developing hockey players. Boy, we are having fun this week, are we not? So a lot of what we're going to talk about today, it really comes down to what's happening between the ears. And we talk to our Victorious Hockey clients about this all the time. It's important to have a skill set, but it's also important to have confidence, and we'll touch base on some of that today. So is the player serious about making it through the junior levels and to play college hockey? That's a big question you have to ask every player going into this. How bad do you really want it? And you can now go play AAU College Club Division I right out of junior high school probably, right? So there's a level of college hockey for everybody, most likely. And it's just a matter of what level you go to. It really depends on how hard you want to put in the work. So every player should be trying each of these practices we're going to talk about today to improve their mental game. Doing so will positively impact on-ice play and development. We'll go through these. Number one, set attainable goals. Setting goals does not mean picking a task out of thin air. Deep thought and define both long and short-term goals that are realistic, measurable, and a date to be completed. Be aware of the current level of performance. Know what specific goals you want to achieve. Address your weaknesses and have a detailed plan to reach that goal. Write them all down. Look at. If your goal is to climb from Tier 3 to the USHL in one season, that's probably not a realistic goal. If you're a 20 bomb playing in the USPHL Elite League and you think you're going to go to Division I, maybe AAU Division I hockey is a better target to go for. So be realistic about what you want to accomplish and set timelines for that. You know, if you're coming into junior hockey in your first year out of high school, maybe you're at 2005 coming up, and you're starting out in a pay-to-play league, that's okay. But don't be there 2 years later. If you're going into that same team or that same level of play in that second year, then maybe as a 20-year-old, you don't go back to junior hockey. You go ahead and call it a day because you're not climbing the ladder and you're not really catching on any goals. Yes, junior hockey is a lifestyle, and some kids really get caught up in it. It's a lot of fun, a lot of girls, a lot of partying, a lot of atmosphere. And it's kind of cool signing autographs after a game. I get that. But if you're stuck in the same level of play and you're paying for it, or better yet, your mom and dad are paying for it, stop prolonging the agony. Life is going to go on. Find a level of play at the college level and move forward. Number two, commit to hockey. Do not just be physically committed, but mentally committed as well. Think about the sport outside of just the games and the practices. An elite prospect gives their sport the utmost importance, and you really crank out the determination and commitment for achieving your goals. Don't undershoot your value. Don't get comfortable. Listen, when you go to your junior team this year, if you're a rookie coming into this, you want to have two bags. You always want to be moving. So be prepared for that. Set yourself up, not for failure, but to keep climbing that ladder. You have one bag for your gear and one bag for your personal stuff, and that is it. In a moment's notice, you can be called up. Don't get attached to the team that you're playing for, the community, or that little blonde girl at the end behind the blue line on that one side. Don't do that. Always be looking for your next opportunity. Always be ready to move up the ladder of development. Be confident, number 3. Players that have high self-confidence generally have positive attitudes. Spend time developing skills on a set goal and be confident that the expected outcome can be achieved. If the goal is not met, the high self-confidence will help come to a realistic explanation as to why. Take that reason and refuse to let it affect the level of confidence in a dramatic way. Okay, goalies. Bad bounces happen. You had a bad period. Okay, those are going to happen. It's hockey. Things happen. Breakdowns happen. 3-on-1s happen. Power plays happen. 4-on-3s happen. You guys are going to get situations where you don't have an advantage. And I get that. But if you're not stopping pucks, really at an 880 clip or better, you're probably on your way out. And you can have one bad period, one bad game. But if you find yourself having 4 bad games out of 5, you better start realizing you're probably not going to be playing very many more games that year. Just the reality of the situation. The coach is looking for an alternative if you're in that kind of rut. So you got to figure out why you're in a rut and get yourself out of it. We had a player last year playing Junior B up in Canada, and he was a real lamplighter at midget hockey in AAA, but for some reason just couldn't light the lamp. And it ended up being a situation where he got traded to a different team and really still couldn't get it going. Hopefully this year he does get it going. He has a lot of confidence. He has a lot of skill, and most of the problems are between his ears. So there you go. Let's go to number 5, maintain composure. Important for every player. Maintain physical and mental control. Recognize the emotions and use them to improve performance. Don't be that guy. Don't be a donkey that sulks, is unhappy, breaks a stick, does all these stupid things. Control yourself. Don't get overexcited about something positive. Don't get cranky and become a donkey for something negative. Maintain some self-control. Be a professional. Act like a professional. And maintain your composure. Number 6, cope with tough situations. We are always facing this, right? We don't want to be comfortable. Hockey's a game where overcoming adversity is the key to success. I don't really like a lot of practice sessions that have an obstacle course and you're able to skate through a course, and that's really pretty, because hockey in a game is really not that way, right? You're going to be facing all kinds of unique challenges, and how you respond to those challenges is going to make you a better player or not. So how you cope with tough situations, win or lose, is what's going to determine how you develop and how your future down the road is going to go. Number 7, view challenges as opportunities. Goes right along the line with number 6. Be cool, be collected, but view those challenges, overcome that adversity, and you'll get further along down the road. Visualization has become more important than ever in today's game. Visualization is a valuable technique of using one's imagination to think positively about upcoming events. This is where breaking down video was really a major factor here. If you're a Victorious client, you hear me saying this quite a bit. Pick out the player from the Stanley Cup that you just watched. What player best represents the kind of game you want to have, or the player that plays a role that you can generally fill. And you want to watch every shift that guy plays, every touch of the puck, every movement, and analyze it with your, pause button on your VCR, or you don't even have VCRs anymore, but on your computer or whatever you're using to watch the game, pause it and get a stick figure numbers out there and kind of chart is something that you would do the same as that guy, or would you do something different? And then how did that play result? What that play did that result in a positive situation or a negative situation? So break down that film, find out what works and what didn't work, and maybe when you're back out on the ice again, you can see that same type situation, and you're able to understand and recognize that from watching the film. Number 9, relax. It's a big deal. Staying calm is not always easy to do. Practice relaxation techniques to reset your brain between shifts. Listen, you get back to the bench, some guys are chatty, some guys have some water, but a real smart kid is going to breathe, get his body and his mind back in and prepared for the next shift, and get back out there and do it again. Hey, it's not easy. You got to skate 45 seconds, keep your legs moving, get on the ice, do your job, don't glide through the zones, and get back off and do it again 90 seconds later. You have to communicate. Number 10, deal effectively with others. It's a team game. Positive communication is a must. If your line mate messed up, hey, Johnny, you did really good. I like that move you made. That pass was just a little bit off the tape, but let's try doing better next time. And I know you can do it. Let's work together. And those kind of little sandwiches are much better than just pounding the guy the whole time. Because you don't want to break down your teammate. You don't want to be that guy. I don't need you to be a cheerleader on the bench, but work with your line mates, work with your teammates, support one another, and you'll get a lot further down the road than dropping F-bombs on the bench because something didn't go the way you wanted it to go. That doesn't work. Positive communication is a big part of creating a good team balance and a good team chemistry. All right, folks. It's actually late night here. I'm recording because Tommy hasn't been working till 2 o'clock in the morning tonight because that's what a good son does to his father who's pushing 60. Thank you, son. Good job. So until tomorrow, I'm not been drinking coffee this morning, but you have